What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Talking Movie with D, and that's me. Here is number three of my reviews for today, and the movie I'm gonna be reviewing is actually Snow White, the Huntsman. Is it? Oh, just called the Huntsman: Winter War. The sequel to Snow White and the Huntsman. That's it's kind of weird. Anyway, so the Huntsman, the Huntsman: Winter War. It picks up technically, I guess, after the first Snow White and the Huntsman, following it gives us kind of a yeah, it kind of gives us a prequel of when Chris Hemsworth's character, the Huntsman, was a kid and how he became the Huntsman, and then how he ended up getting the Snow White, and then what happens afterwards. And basically, they made a character that's like the frozen character, Elsa, a generic version of Elsa, and made her into the movie somehow. Okay, yeah, that's kind of my synopsis about it. It's very weird. I mean, Kristen Stewart's not back for this. They have her in it for not well, they don't have her in it, but they have a girl that is Snow White in it for a quick second. Oh my bad. As always, no spoilers except for that. No, they made it clear she's not in the movie. But yeah, they had a body double for her for one quick scene or whatever. So yeah, she's not in it, and yeah, the movie does a lot of jumping around. So it's like a prequel, sequel, kinda, whatever. But anyway, let's get into my negatives. Well, before I do that, let's say this first. I don't really remember Snow White and the Huntsman, like what happened at the end and how Charlie Theron's character was killed or whatnot. I just remember I didn't really care about the movie, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this movie is not gonna have a sequel, so who cares?" And then they made one, and so my first negative is who wanted to see this movie? Who said this was a good idea? I love everybody that's involved in it. I like Chris Hemsworth. I love Jessica Chastain. I love Emily Blunt, and I like Charlize Theron. They're all great actors and actresses. But who wanted this movie? It's a bad movie. The first one sucked, and whatever. So my next negative, which this is very weird. This is very weird. I think Emily Blunt is a great actress, like Sicario and Edge of Tomorrow or Live Die Repeat or All You Need Is Kill, whichever one you want to, whichever title they ended up settling on that movie, which I loved, and I loved her in it. Her in this was bad, and the weird part about it, I don't blame her. I truthfully, everything that was wrong with this movie, I blame on the director because they chose for her to talk the way she did. But she was literally whispering and not talking like this, or she was real angry and rah, 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 like yelling. It's like you ain't got no middle ground. You either real, you were just out there, and it was just that's a bad character. I didn't like that at all. Like I said before, the way they I don't remember how Charlize Theron dies. Her character dies in the first one. But how the way they brought it back was like, what? You guys forced that. You guys really did force that. So man, I really hated that. The CGI wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was somewhere in the middle. There were good elements to it. There were bad elements to it. It was whatever. I have no opinion on that. I was sounding like I don't really care about this movie, and I didn't hate it. I just didn't care, I guess. So my last negative is the fight scene at the end. It was you see some of it in the trailer, and it's man. That's really the best. That's everything. All the things in this movie are kind of man. It's like the fights, the whole way everything happened, and it was like I guess that was the best you guys could come up with. That's the best way. It's like if this happened, it was like, oh man, you guys, you could have did better. You really could have did better. Because before I even get into my positive, this movie has some good elements. And it could have been a good movie because when I saw the talent they had, when I saw Emily Blunt, like Charlize Theron's coming back, I don't know how they're doing that, but that could be interesting. And then you could add Jessica Chastain. Chris Hemsworth's already good. He probably was the best part besides Charlize Theron in the first one. And then Emily Blunt, there's like, oh, I can get behind this. I actually was getting excited for this movie. And I've talked to people that were also getting excited for the movie, and so it could have been made good. And the reason I know it could have been because there's some good elements. So first good element, Chris Hemsworth and Jessica Chastain. I think their chemistry really worked. I mean, they basically. I could have sworn Chris Hemsworth and Snow White had a thing. I don't really remember. I thought they did. I might be wrong, but if they did, then they said screw that because him and Jessica Chastain have a history, and that's the love story we're talking about here. And I think that actually worked. It made sense. It's actually the part of the story I was interested in. And when they're going through their journey is when I caught myself having a smile on my face and actually caring about the story. It actually was done pretty well, and I wish it was more about that and not the other crap that was going on. The second thing that I really liked, and it had to do with the same thing. It was while Chris Hemsworth and Jessica Chastain were together. Was the dwarves, the dwarves, and give me one stick, and I gotta get the guy's name. Nick Frost. Nick Frost. He's him, and he does a lot of stuff with Simon Pegg as a comic relief, and he was a good comic. Him and the guy Rob Brydon and the other lady that played the dwarves. They were actually one of the brightest parts of the movies because how do I do this without giving a spoiler? Let's just say they're very dwarf-like. If you've seen other dwarf movies, but they made it a lighter element, and it made it a lot funnier because they're just grumpy and they can't deny what they are in a way. It's definitely they're the lightest part of the movie. It's probably the funniest part of the movie, or the best parts of the movie, I would say. And when they're on the screen, whether it's bad scenes or good scenes, you're happy about them. You like what they're doing. So that was definitely one of my highlights in the movie. And my last positive is the goblins. There's a part in the movie, I believe they're called goblins. I'm pretty sure they're goblins. But goblins are. I mean, any movie that has goblins in them, they look completely different. They got these different. All you know is some ugly creature, And the way they portrayed them in this, and then even their backstory, which you don't get a lot of it, but you can see how the goblins are, the way they live and stuff like that. And I really liked that. The mythology they did behind them, I really liked, and it was pretty cool. I mean, it was an interesting part of the movie. Wish it could have been used in another movie, not any movie specific, just not be wasted in this movie. But yeah, that's how I felt about that. And honestly, that's all I got for you guys on this review. I did. Besides the couple things I thought were positive, I could care less about this movie. I liked it more than I liked the last one, the Snow White, Huntsman, Kristen Stewart one, but that's not saying a lot because I really didn't like that movie. So let me score this thing and get out of here. The score I give this movie is a big O 5. Not a 5 out of 5, 5 out of 10. Because it wasn't terrible. It didn't 50 Shades of Grey me. I wasn't watching like this and wanting to stab myself in the chest. But I also was not jumping for joy, and I didn't care that much about the story. So I give it a 5 out of 10. If you guys think differently, or if you agree with me or you think differently, please let me know. Tell me if you saw the movie and you think it was great. They won't be making a third one because this movie made, I think, 20 million its opening weekend. It got destroyed by Jungle Book on its second weekend. So they won't be making another one. This movie costs up of 100 million to make, so they're not making another one. And so that's good because that means Emily Blunt, Kristen Stewart, I'm not Kristen Stewart, Jessica Chastain, Chris Hemsworth, Charlize Theron, they can all go do better movies. And they do. I think Emily Blunt has 2 movies coming out this year. Chris Hemsworth, Civil War. Oh, he's not in Civil War. That's right. He has Ragnarok. And Ragnarok don't even come out this year. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure to get at me on all social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, all at DWood2324. Make sure to click the thumbs up button on the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel, Talking Movies with D. And there's one more thing. Oh, yeah. Share this video. Share this video so other people can see the review. It helps me out a lot. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for stopping by and listening, and I'll get at you guys next time. Deuces, and I'm out.